Last time we talked about how to use sound in film, how to get a better sound for what you're using in your film. Today we're going to talk about stabilization. Stabilization is very important. The reason for this is if your films are herky-jerky, if they move around a lot, for one, it doesn't allow your audience to see what's going on in your shot. And the second bad thing that can happen is that you can actually cause your audience to become motion sick. Both things are things we'd like to avoid. So I'm going to show you two examples of film taken. We're going to do the exact same thing twice. But one, I'm going to use just the camera handheld, and in the second instance, I am going to show you how to stabilize the film. Alright, this is an example of me not using a stabilizer, and I am going around and I'm focusing, I'm taking a video of this rose bush. I'm trying to be pretty careful as far as holding the camera still, getting some shots of just the bushes here. As you can see, the camera wobbles a bit. I'm just going to walk along the rose hedge here. You can see when my steps happen, as I'm going along here, each time I step, you can see the camera wobble, and that causes a problem. Now I'll show you what happens if you try and use some form of counterweight on the camera. Okay, here we're going to do the same. Here I'm going to do the same type of shot. I'm going to walk around the bush just like I did before, only this time I have it mounted on a tripod, which is providing some counterweight. So as you can see, as I'm walking, I'm going step, 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 but as I'm walking, you can see that it's provided, the system is providing a certain amount of stabilization. It's not quite so easy to tell when the steps are occurring. So it gives the film a more stabilized look. Now there are some disadvantages to doing this. The main disadvantage is that it's heavy, which is what provides the stabilization. So you have a little bit of a trade-off. You can get some lighter models, but overall in general, you're going to be adding weight to your camera to use this technique. So there you have it. These are techniques that I don't necessarily expect you to have to use in your videos that you do for my class project, but once you get used to working with video more, they can help to improve the quality of your video. So I want your video to essentially have 4 things. These are the requirements for your video project. The first thing is I want it to be edited. In other words, it can't just be one clip of you just standing somewhere lecturing. It has to have different clips, different places. Alright, so it has to be edited. 2, it has to have some kind of a soundtrack. It can either be a narration track, like the one I'm doing, where I have a recorder in my pocket and I'm placing that narration track with it, or if you want something a little bit easier, it can be audio, like music. It can be music that you're adding to your track. The third thing I want it to have is it needs to have some kind of titles, so text in the video. And the fourth thing is that I want it to be usable in your classroom. So I want it to be something that you will actually use in your teaching, whether it's teaching a concept or whether it's informational. Make sure it's usable in your classroom.